down the street from the state capitol in Indiana, it's Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's Tua to open with a throw. The tight end, Jonnu Smith, secures it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third down, 3 to go. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Here's Downs to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's 1st and 10. Right to the air is Richardson. Open man. That's Alec Pierce. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them. Early in this game, that's already 2 sacks allowed.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Dolphins offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Hill brought in motion. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Colts offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger Jonathan Taylor. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They go right back to Taylor. And they'll bring this up to the 48-yard line. And that's a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
2nd and a yard. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run. Gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's going to have that first down, gain of 6 as they convert on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, taken in by Pittman.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And he will take it in himself. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Colts.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, Malik Washington. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. DeForest Buckner brings him down. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Hill brought in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Tua going to give it to Achane. And he's able to find the crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up third down. A shotgun snap for Tua. Into the hands of Berrios. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Throwing on second down, Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
That's the tight end, Mo Cox. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. On the return, here's Washington. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Here's Tagovailoa. That one a bit high, but it's complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and that will lead to a second down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. Oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Here's Jake Bailey now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And a pretty good punt there. A fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Colts offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. Richardson operating from the pistol. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
One final throw before the break. Off he goes. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Colts offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing is Richardson. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Richardson. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He'll get that to his tight end. That's Jelani Woods. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's got his man. That's down. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
They go right back to downs. He's got it again. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Off the zone read, this is Richardson. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Anthony Richardson, touchdown, Indy. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. So, after the touchdown, here's Gabe to kick this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. 2 and out on 1st down. Catch made there by Waddle. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
The ball's out, but this is taken in by a teammate. Now a stoppage for an injury, and it would appear Tyreek Hill is the one in need of some assistance. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Second and 7. It's a first carry for the veteran Raheem Mostert. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down. In motion, it's Waddle. A play fake. Now 2 at a throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
In motion, it's Waddle. On 2nd down, Achane. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Third and long. In motion, it's Waddle. Throwing on 3rd down. Tungo. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross. And the Colts are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line. On play action, Richardson. He keeps it himself.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Open man downfield. It's Pittman. And he will score. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to take over possession of the football. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. Open man, Malik Washington. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achane. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Again, it's Tua. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
To the air again, Tagovailoa. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the fourth quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Play action. Tagovailoa. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
This offense just can't buy a 3rd down conversion right now, Mike. And if you're not going to have a lot of explosive plays, that's just not a formula for success. The ability to sustain drives, maintain possession, that's a critical factor in scoring points in the NFL. And so far, this has been about as bad as it gets.
That is caught. What a throw. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Miami. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Next to score, Colts 21, Dolphins 7.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Dolphins 38-yard line.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. He's got him in wide open. That's Waddle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is a great opportunity now for the offense to really seize control of this game. They just saw their opponent miss a field goal try, come out aggressive on the ensuing possession, strike deep early. Now see if they can put this drive together and end it with some points.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. Looking underneath for HN. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Makes the score Colts 21, Dolphins 14.
They've got just the 2 timeouts remaining, so they'll line up and take their chances right here with an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
They'll run on first down with Taylor. And he'll only get down to around the 42. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Second down and 8. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Colts. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and are going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.